Are you guys tired of lagging and losing fights because your FPS keeps tanking mid-match? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to instantly boost your PC's performance and get way smoother gameplay without damaging your system or risking anything. These are super easy fixes anyone can do, and by the end of this video, your game's going to feel way more responsive and you'll finally be able to focus on winning instead of stutters. So make sure you stick around until the very end to get every last drop of performance out of your setup and start dominating this season. So let's hop right into it. Alright, so as you guys can see, we are in Fortnite Chapter 7, and it's been about a month and a half since we've been in this chapter. First thing we're going to go do is go into our settings. We're going to be on the video settings. Now for display, you can have windowed full screen or full screen. It doesn't really matter. You'll want your resolution to be 1920 by 1080 or some form of stretched resolution. I recommend 1680 by 1080. That is my favorite stretch resolution. It keeps the graphics at high quality enough, but it still gives you better FPS and lower delay. Next thing is VSync. Make sure you have that off. Frame limit, have it set to whatever the hertz of your monitor is. If you don't know how to find the hertz of your monitor, I will show you guys that later in the video. Then your rendering mode, have it to performance. You can do legacy performance. For me, performance right now works better. The legacy performance does not work as good as the regular one. These graphic settings are completely personal, but I have my brightness at 150, user interface contrast at 1x, colorblind mode at Trinope 8, and then user interface parallax you can have on or off. It's just personal preference. Now for graphics quality, the minimum 3D resolution I have set to 100. Now if you guys want higher frames, lower delay, the lower you put this, the higher those will be. But I don't recommend going below 70 because if you go below 70, your game looks really crappy. So keep it anywhere from 70 to 100. Since I'm on a high-end PC, I'm going to be keeping it at 100%. But when I was on my lower-end PC, I would keep it from 80 to 90. Dynamic 3D resolution you'll want off, view distance near, textures low, meshes low. And if you do have an Nvidia graphics card, make sure you have Nvidia reflex low latency on plus boost. Make sure you have latency markers off and report performance stats disabled. Then we're going to come to the second tab, which is audio. You can have whatever you want for these, but then you're going to want to change your sound quality to low, your 3D headphones off. You want your hit markers to be legacy. You want your background audio off. And if you go to subtitles, you're going to want to make sure everything is all the way to the very left, and then press apply. And then we're going to go back to audio, and you want to have visual sound effects on it. It's good for the game, and these are just preference once again. Now we're going to come to the last tab, and if you guys really want to get the lowest amount of delay, make sure you guys have public game stats off. And then another thing is if you guys have a lot of friends, make sure to unadd as many people as you can. As you guys can see, I only have about 140 total friends on Fortnite. The more friends you have, the higher your delay is. I don't care how many videos people make on it saying it doesn't make your delay worse or better. It does. When I had my second account that had over 800 friends, every time I would open up the friends bar, my FPS would tank, and then the rest of the game would be lagging and whatnot. So keep your friend list relatively low. Now that we've got all the Fortnite settings you need for this chapter, we're going to go into all these other fixes to hopefully boost your FPS, lower your delay, and just make your game look way better. So let's hop right into it. All right, so now you guys can see that we are actually on our desktop. Now the first thing we're going to do is remove any temporary files that your PC is no longer using. So what we're going to do is come down to the Windows thing, right click, press run here, and you're going to type in %temp% and press enter. Now you're going to select all of these files all the way to the very bottom. It should be hundreds if not thousands of files, and you're going to delete them. Now it's going to say, if it says choose the file and try again, say do this for all current items and make sure you press skip. This will skip all these other items, and that basically just gets rid of all these temporary files that you had on your PC and stored for no reason. Now once again, after you do that, then you can close this out. What you guys are going to want to do after that is you're going to want to take your recycle bin, open it, and make sure you guys empty this. This will get rid of all of those files just in case, and it'll remove them all from your PC once again. All right, now the next thing is going to be a tweaking software that you can run through your PowerShells or your CMD, which is the Titus tweaks. These are basic tweaks, but they help boost the performance on any computer no matter what. So I'm going to show you guys how to open these up right now. We're going to come down here and we're going to search up PowerShell. Then once you find Windows PowerShell, we're going to run it as administrator. Press yes, and now you will be right here. Now you're going to copy the thing that I put down in the description, the Titus whatnot, and you're going to copy this and press enter. What this is going to do is this is going to open up the utility tool that Titus has created for computers to basically get the best performance off of them. And so we're going to go over to tweaks, and now these are completely personal. You can do whatever you want to do. You can do whatever you don't want to do. But what I recommend doing is either clicking minimal or standard. So if we click minimal, as you can see, it applies some. If you click standard, it applies a lot. And then these ones are advanced tweaks. So I recommend don't doing them unless you know what you're doing. But yeah, these will just clean up most of the random stuff you have on your PC. And then there's also a add and activate ultimate performance profile, which I usually use. So what you want to do is you just click it, it'll open stuff up and it will do it and apply it for you, so you don't have to do anything else. And then once again, after you do press standard, then you're going to want to press run tweaks, and it will run all the tweaks real quick. And then all you have to do is close this out. And once you guys can see, once I close that out, it says, okay, transcribe stopped. And as you guys can see, ultimate performance plan installed and set as active. Then we close this out. Before we jump back in, I've got to mention something that completely changed how my game feels: Risen's tweaks. If you're tired of lag spikes, low FPS, or delay ruining fights, this will fix all of that. It optimizes your setup so your game runs smoother, faster, and more responsive. I've been using it for a while now, and the difference is instant. Building, editing, fighting, everything feels way cleaner. And if you use code FLOW at checkout, you'll get 15% off, or just click the link in the description. Don't let lag hold you back. Get Risen's tweaks today and actually play at your full potential. Now, the next thing we're going to do is run the health of our PC and figure out if our PC has any issues or anything like that. Now, once again, you are going to go into the description of this video and you're going to copy the cmd command, the DISM online cleanup image. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to come down here, you're going to press right click on the Windows icon, press run, and you're going to type in cmd. You're going to press OK. You're going to pin it to taskbar and you're going to close it. Then you're going to run terminal as administrator and press yes. Then what you're going to do is take what we copied and we're going to paste it in here, and we're going to press enter. Basically what this does is it looks at the older version of your Windows, and then it looks at your newer version and it finds any corrupt files or anything like that, and it fixes them automatically for you. So if you did have some unverified files on your PC, it will hopefully fix them and therefore fix some FPS lags and stuff like that, or give you lower delay. Now, once again, if the percentage gets stuck and it's just not loading for a little while, make sure to give this tool anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour. And if it's not working still after that hour, then I just recommend restarting your PC. The reason I say that is because if it does have some unverified files, it's going to take a while to fix them or find the right files to fill in for those. But yeah, now we just wait, and once it's done, it will tell us it's done. And as you guys can see, the restore operation completed successfully. The operation completed successfully. I had no unverified files on my PC, so we are all good. Now, the next thing we're going to do is go and disable startup apps. So what you're going to come down here and type in settings. Once we are in the settings, we're going to come to apps and we're going to go to startup. Now, any apps that you do not want to start up right when your PC turns on, you turn off. I don't want Copilot, so I have it off. I don't want Epic Games, so I have it off. Lunar Client, I have it off. NZX Tcam, I have it on just for my computer. But once again, like Riot Client, I don't need that on right away. Spotify, I don't need that on right away. Translucent TB, I want to keep on. Discord, I want to keep on. Vanguard Tray, I want to keep on. Windows Security. But basically, anything you don't want to start up right when your PC starts up, make sure you turn these off. And then another way to see these things, if you want to get an even more in-depth thing, is you can press Ctrl-Alt-Delete on your keyboard and open up your task manager. And then if you're here, you can come to startup apps right here, and this will give you a more in-depth of them and what they're doing and how they're affecting your PC and whatnot like that. As well as if you have any processes in here that you do not want while you're on your computer, you can just right-click on them and end task, and it will help free up some space on your computer. Another way to do some of this stuff is coming down to this little arrow, which is show hidden icons, and anything you don't want open, once again, you can just right click on it and press quit. All right, now that we just disabled all of our startup apps, we're actually going to turn on game mode for our PC and do some other things like that. So what you're going to do is come down to the search and you're going to type in game mode, and you're going to click on game mode settings. Now you're going to want to make sure your game mode is on, and then you're going to want to come and click on graphics. Now what we're doing here is we are going to make sure that optimizations for windowed games is on. And then you're going to go to advanced graphic settings and make sure hardware accelerated GPU scheduling is on. Now, every game or app that you have on your PC, it will show, and you can have let Windows decide high performance, or you can just select high performance. For example, for GTA as well, I'm just going to select high performance. And that's all you have to do. This will make sure that these are more important than any other things running in the background. And you just apply those. And then you can just close this out. Another thing I recommend in the gaming section is Game Bar. I would not use Game Bar. Game bar is such a laggy way of clipping. If you guys want to still clip, I would recommend either using Nvidia app, Metal, or just OBS. OBS is the best option out of all of them, but Nvidia is a lot more easy to use. And that's what I recommend for clipping software. All right, now the next thing I'm gonna show you guys is how to keep your drivers updated. If you guys do not have an Nvidia graphics card, skip past this point and go to the timestamps that I will have down in the description. But this is for Nvidia drivers only. If you do have AMD graphics card, you still need to update your drivers. I just don't personally have an AMD one, so I do not know how to update those drivers. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come down here and we're gonna look up the Nvidia app. Now, if you guys do not have the Nvidia app, I recommend downloading it because it will keep you on the most up-to-date stuff on your PC. And you wanna keep those up-to-date drivers or your PC will be behind for new and updated games. Once again, you're gonna come over to drivers. And as you guys can see, I need to download a new driver. And that's probably one of the reasons why my games have been lagging a little bit more recently because they're not updated. Once again, all you have to do for these GeForce Game Ready drivers is you just download them. It will download them, and then once it is done downloading, it's going to tell you to either do the custom installation or the express installation. And if you do not know what you're doing with custom, just press the express installation because it will make everything so much faster and you don't have to worry about anything else. And once again, press install, press yes, and express installation. And once this is done, we're gonna go into the Nvidia control panel so I can give you guys some more settings for your PC. All right, and as you guys can see, GeForce Game Ready driver was installed, press close, and then you can close this out. And the next thing we're gonna do is come down to the search and we're gonna type in Nvidia and we're gonna open up Nvidia control panel. Now I'm gonna show you guys some color settings because I use these custom color settings which help make my IPS monitors look like OLED monitors, and as well as we're gonna help you get the most performance on your PC. So once you log on and you come to adjust image settings with preview, it's going to say the let the 3D application decide. What you're going to want to do is come down to use my preference emphasizing, and then if it says quality, you're going to bring it all the way to performance. That is if you guys want performance. If you guys want higher quality, put it to quality. If you want more performance, lower delay, higher FPS, put it to performance. I'm going to keep mine at let the 3D application decide because I do not care whichever one. Then you're going to come to manage 3D settings. Now, the most important thing for manage 3D settings is you're going to come down to low latency mode and you're going to make sure that is on and or ultra. And then max frame rate you want off. That's just because you don't want your max frame rate at all times. Depending on the game, you do not want it. And then texture filtering quality, you're going to want on high performance as well. Most people will have it on quality or high quality and you want it on high performance, and then you're going to just press apply. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to come to adjust desktop color settings. Now, this is how you get those super crisp looking colors or like an OLED monitor look where the background is straight black instead of it being like a more like lightish gray. Now, what I use is brightness 80, contrast 100, gamma 1.31, and your digital vibrance you want set to 100. This will help you see a lot better in game as well and other things like that, but that's what I have all my monitors set to. So you're going to want to apply those settings and then press apply, and then you can close out Nvidia control panel. All right, now we're going to go into actual Fortnite and Epic Games, and we're going to verify our files so that they are not broken, because if you have unverified files in Fortnite, you're basically asking the game to lag itself out. So what we're going to do is we're going to come here and we're going to open up Epic Games Launcher. Then we're going to come to our library, and once again, if you have a bunch of games that are downloaded, you can do these for every game. First thing you're going to do is you're going to come to manage, and you're going to verify your files. What this does basically verify is make sure you have nothing corrupt on your PC or on your Fortnite game, and it will basically get rid of stutters if you have a bunch of stutters if you are missing files. Once again, this won't fix it if you don't have missing files, but if you do have missing files or very important stuff that you're missing, then this will hopefully fix them for you. All right, and another thing you guys can do is you can come here and you can go to options, and then you can apply what you guys want to the game. For example, why would I want Fortnite high resolution textures? I do not use high resolution textures at all. If you guys have this checked, you're basically just adding 32 gigabytes to your PC for no reason, especially if you're playing on performance mode. So you can get rid of it and then press apply. And once again, it's going to verify all your files again after doing that. And that's basically all you have to do for these files. Now, if you guys did enjoy this video at all, or if it helps you at all, please leave a like and subscribe and go check out some of my other content. I have some other tweaking videos as well that have some different stuff if you guys want to check that out as well. Once again, please use code FLOWN in the Fortnite item shop. Go check out my mechanics training map in Fortnite. It's goated. It will help you get better at the game and everything like that. And once again, thank you guys for taking time out of your day to watch my video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace, guys.